We didn't plan for an international pandemic, and neither did anybody in the country or the world. That doesn't excuse us from not being prepared when something happens. I think there's a lot of people relying on healthcare, and there's not really an option to not be ready. But getting ready for something that will overwhelm resources is something that there is no training for.
So current status of the emergency department, even in the past hour, has changed. I would just say today I would be a little bit careful. The numbers are, for this early in the morning, a little high for the ED compared to what we've seen the last month. So there's currently 17 in the ER right now, which is a lot for this time of day. And one is an MICU I'm looking at right now, a 34-year-old a minute ago was intubated, and a grocery store worker COVID positive who rapidly declined. So this is another one of those young people who rapidly declined. So, you know, those kind of things make me a little nervous that we're maybe in for a rough day.
The vast majority of patients in the ICU here are COVID positive patients. Okay, sorry. Okay, fine. Any update? Honestly, the ICU, our ICU here is a well-oiled machine. We're used to seeing high acuity, very sick people. So the setting's a little bit different in the sense that everyone has the same diagnosis and treatment plans are very similar, but I think we're very well equipped in the ICU, and you know, our business is to take care of critically ill people, and that's what we're doing.
So initially we did have a bit of a surge where the numbers increased. I think our probably biggest one-day total was about 21 patients who came into the medical center and were admitted. Over the past few days, it seems like we're hovering around lower teens for admissions per day, which is great. What we are noticing, though, is that our patients who are ill enough to be in the intensive care unit are tending not to recover very quickly. I think we sort of expected that was going to be the case. And so our intensive care unit numbers, even though they're not increasing drastically per day, the numbers in the intensive care unit are gradually creeping up to the point where we're now spilling out of this unit over into a second unit, into a third unit, and now we're going to be into a fourth unit today.
So I think they're putting the transfer order in now. That should open up 2 beds. Yeah. There are patients of all ages. We've had some success stories in terms of patients getting intubated and being on the ventilator for up to 2 weeks or so, and then getting extubated, and then being able to get out of the ICU to the general medical floor, and then going home. He's waking up, which, I mean, he's pretty awake in there, but he's comfortable, so it's perfect. No, it's
Okay,
perfect.
I just went down to 50 from 50.
And then, unfortunately, I think similar to many other ICUs, we've seen some deaths as well. I think the concern I heard was for aspiration pneumonitis and pneumonia as the cause of all of this.
So then she probably will need a formal.
Yeah. Definitely one of the hardest things that we've had to deal with is, you know, having patients where they're sick, where, you know, another day is not necessarily guaranteed, but then not being able to have families at bedside. I think it's hard on everyone.
Yeah.
He's at 60 and PEEP of 18.
Yeah.
Initially, what we noticed before we got our surge is that the one thing I think that was almost our worst enemy was just the uncertainty of it all, just not knowing what to expect. That has passed, and now it's sort of a day-to-day fight.
We are mission driven here in the institution and want to take care of people. So while I'll say repeatedly, we did not ask for COVID to come to the United States or COVID-19, we're an institution that's certainly not running from the responsibility of caring for it.
Alrighty. We're gonna get you on your way, okay?